requesting use of the city park and required. My concern about this, my question, well, she has a business, and it is a business, but to me, our ordinance says it's prohibited in the park to practice, carry on, conduct, or solicit for any trade, occupation, business, or profession. So my thought on this, I mean, everybody please talk about it, is that if the person does her business outside the business, I mean, outside the park, like, you know, she schedules people, she takes their money and does all that beforehand, and then just come and use the park, I don't see why that's a problem.
I still see that she's listening, this is at the park, we're doing this at the park, I still see that this is at the park. She should be using our pavilion, she should at least pay the fee.
Well, the Poth Little League does uses our park. Do we get? Is it similar to?
They're not. It's not their living. Little League, it's not a living for them. You know, this is her. Yeah, this is her business.
Okay, so it's not the same.
It's not the same. I wouldn't think so. Well, I didn't say she should pay. We can do that. She's asking.
That was another thing. She's asking for a lot of time, a lot of weekends there. Is that conflict with anything else we've got?
Are these all on Saturdays?
I mean, does that mean like we can't?
Well, no, it says
Around
in there
that
that they were
area?
going to just use a little bit. It wasn't going to be that much.
Right. It would be.
And if necessary, they could move. But
So we have circulation.
and it's only for an hour and 15 minutes in the middle of the day.
Right. I mean, we can absolutely get that.
What is our typical she's going to look to try to get how many people?
12, I think.
12 at 17.50.
It's half her profit
Coaches.
if we charge $75.
Yes, we'll get you.
Because she's making 210 and want to pay us 10%, which is 20. And they're not using the pavilion,
They're just using the grounds.
still business.
Yeah, it is a business, using our park. It is a healthy thing. I mean, they're trying to do, you know, exercise and activities.
I mean, I think it's good for the community. I don't know if all aspects are good. It's good to have healthy kids, activities. But I'm just not thinking about all of the negatives.
We have let, it's only one night a year, twice a year maybe, for the radio, the ham radio, kind of do their thing.
I guess that's where I have the issue.
She's making money.
She's making money.
And he pay us 20%.
Does the snow cone guy give us when they go, like, do they do that?
They do.
No, it's not allowed.
Oh, wait.
Whenever.
Well, they were a couple years ago when my kids would go.
When the van used to go there, when Chris Bush had his thing, did we sell his product there? No, we never been sold there. The only
Yeah,
time
the
was,
van used to go there, the van was there.
we had him there one time in Japanese.
Yeah.
Lucy Nights, the snow cone guy.
Yeah, and they gave us
We
20%.
sponsored the group, not he paid for it.
Oh, he did, oh, I see.
Yes,
So,
and we have that in Florida, they sponsored the movie, they had snow cone there, that people all created a donation exchange. People didn't buy it, they were donated, the snow cones were donated by our farm. So we don't have vendors at the moment.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes,
Since
please
I'm here?
do. Yes, sir.
If you don't mind.
I love
Since
it.
I'm here. So is this is about the city park and required fees? So just, is that what this is
It's not her
about? She's
using
wanting
it.
to have an event or something and use the park? park?
Right.
So the thing that you should be aware of, if you're not already, is that you as a council, as a governing body, you cannot give a thing of value, right, to individual or corporation or anything such as that. Like, you cannot give something of value to someone. Anything that you do, including the use of your property, the city's property, the public's property, must serve a public purpose, right? So, because there's value in it, and so it's a gift of the use of public property if whatever that event is doesn't serve a public purpose. So I always tell my councils that, look, if you're going to approve somebody of having an event that's going to be open to the public and they're making money off it or something like that, unless you're a sponsor of that event, they should have a facility use agreement, some type of license agreement to use that facility that they pay for. We draft those all the time. You don't rent city facilities, you license their use because you don't want to do any kind of interest in real property in one of your parks, right? So you have to license the use of it. Alternatively, you can pass a written resolution that finds a public purpose in an event such as this. I have some cities that they've made the decision as a community that fireworks displays serve a public purpose. They create community spirit, patriotism, things such as that. So they will pass a resolution authorizing the use of public facilities for an annual fireworks display, but they have to pass that resolution because they're finding the public purpose for the use of that property that they would otherwise need to charge. Does that make sense?
I do.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, so
Yeah.
we could allow her to do this if she pays.
I did not hear all the nature of it, but the general rule is if I want to come in, let's say I wanted to come in and I wanted to use all your ball fields for a tournament. I can enter into a license agreement with the city where I pay whatever you tell me I need to pay to license that facility for the use. Yes. Now, if I came in and I said, well, what I'm really doing is I'm coming in and I'm going to host this tournament, but it's because you have a student here in town that has this condition and all the proceeds of this tournament are going to go for that person's medical treatment, then you could make the decision by resolution. I still have to do a license agreement, but I may not have to pay because you might find that that serves a public purpose. Does that make sense? So that's kind of, it's just about crossing your T's and dotting your I's when you're allowing people the use of your property that you hold in trust for the public. Because the Constitution says we cannot allow that to be done for free unless it serves a public purpose.
Okay.
What about with the school? Would the school have to pay the city to use it?
What the school, what you should have with your school is an interlocal agreement. So you should have an interlocal agreement with your school and your county for when y'all use or exchange facilities or jointly use facilities. Most of my communities, they have like an overarching ILA in place with the school district for multiple things.
We probably need to update that.
But anyway, all right, carry on.
So does that?
Can I add a little bit to that?
Yes.
Can I add a little
Go
bit?
ahead.
Keep in mind, this is a park grant. It's funded, the park is funded with a grant. There's certain requirements that don't allow you to make profits or private people to make profits.
Okay.
But park grant.
That pretty much.
I'll make a motion.
So,
To not, all right, I have a motion to deny. You second it. All in favor? Any opposed? Okay.
yes,
Oh, yes.
I'm not for it.
Okay, I get yes.
All right, discussion and possible action on bids received on the City of Poth 2020 water meter construction project. Do you mind your way? Do you want me to upload this? Oh, okay. Does everybody else?
We actually have to keep.
Just make one, okay.
I will, yes, we're going to kind of keep that, so.
Oh, we have to keep it.
You don't have to.
Somebody has to keep it.
Yeah, somebody.
What's y'all talking about?
So we were just waiting on interest or?
Well, so we had to go out for bid because it was a large, it was larger than
Kind of
just being able to find a guy to do it. So we went out for bid, and the low bid was $307,480. And then the other thing that we had to check then was if, yeah, one of those. Well, that's cool. if the Government Capital Corporation would work with us. Remember, we were trying to find a deal that was in between what we had budgeted.
Like 7 years.
Or something like that. And so they came back to us with these, so that the 8-year was under our budget, the 10-year was way under, and then the 7-year was above. But what we, so, this is good number, these are good numbers. These are good numbers. So we can do the 8-year, yeah, there was no problem with that, right?
No prepayment penalty.
They didn't say.
They would we be better than just go ahead and go with the 10 payments, but pay the extra? But that leaves us a little bit in case.
Like prepayment penalty, as long as there's not a prepayment penalty.
Right.
As far as we know, there's not a big prepayment.
I mean, it's not a big difference. It's, you know, I'm just thinking budget-wise. Oh, we've come up a little short this year. You know, it is close to 10,000.
Also, no one looked at the interest rate that we're gonna be paying for this.
Interest rate's about higher.
The interest rate is better on the 8-year.
Okay.
I'll make a motion, we accept the 8 installments.
Wait, we need to first work on the bid. What do you need?
There's a question on the subject you're talking about. When it was let out for bid, they had a huge contingency dollar built in, so did they finally give you a hard number?
No, I mean, yes.
They did give you a hard number?
Yes.
Okay, that's all.
What is this? I don't have this.
That's what we're voting on right now. The bids received to accept the bid, is what we're voting on right now.
I'll make a motion to accept the bid for $307,480.
All right, all in favor? Okay, that's everybody. And then, now we're to the financial option.
Accept the 8 installments.
All of the 8.
In that motion, they need to authorize you to execute any and all necessary documents.
Okay. I need, oh, so,
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we're supposed to execute all necessary procedures first.
all in favor? Thank you. Okay. We need to order a general election for May 2nd to elect a mayor and 2 council members. That would be Annabelle and Stephen. And then also a special election to elect the appointed council person, Councilman Tammy Renzinski. So you're ordering that for May 2nd? Both of those. The special election May 2nd and then the general election is May 2nd. We need to designate 2 days for City Hall to be open 12 hours. What's wrong?
Getting old.
No, it's all right. So it was,
General election?
we don't have to vote on that. Oh, that is fine. Well, we ordered it.
Okay, there's 2 copies of each one started in there and signed it.
Do we have to get that $1 voting machine in?
Okay.
We have that in the budget?
Yes. we did. And, you know,
Sign this, things filed.
That's probably going to happen.
Well, the last time, 3 or 4 people showed up. That was for big those. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Nobody
No, it's
knows.
almost wants to run for office.
Yeah, I understand that.
yeah. And anyway, all have fun. Very nice. Oh, we're doing one in Spanish, one in English. Is that what they're
Well,
doing?
there's 2 copies. You know, we go ahead and sign. This is the special election.
Here, I just need to sign both of these. This is for ordering the election on May 2nd, the general election.
Right.
Yes, ma'am. And then this one we're signing is for the special election.
We'll listen to the, she's got it. I'm sorry.
No, it's
We
good.
all sign this?
Yes, all of us do, keep going.
I answered, adding buzzards again at the end.
All right, so the 2 days that have been suggested are April 27th, Monday, and Tuesday, April 28th.
Those are the last days of the last 2 days.
Does that suit everybody?
What happened, Tony?
There's the store, the office will stay open 12 hours, so people can kind of early vote.
What were the days?
It's Monday the 27th and Tuesday the 28th. Y'all have any strong preference about that?
We don't have to hold on that.
No. Oh, you did? Well, we're designating it. We don't have to take an action on that, do we?
We'll vote on the next one.
Let's take an action, okay?
I'll make a motion to provide 2 general election days, 12 hours, Monday, April 27th, and Tuesday, April 28th, 2020.
Second.
All in favor? Okay. We need to schedule a workshop to discuss amendments or changes to the planning and zoning ordinance. I just think we need to look at it again. It's been a while, and
Try to figure out a way to combine them too. We got four or five different things you gotta open up and look at.
so. So when are y'all not busy? Just kidding.
Hey, Crystal, can I make a recommendation?
Yes, sir.
Let us all know way in advance and do it as quick as we can.
Say it again.
Do it as quick as we can,
Yeah, so it's not mini workshops, is that what you mean?
yes.
And, okay. So today is January 27th
Our next meeting's on the 7th, or we move the next month's meeting to the 24th.
to the 24th.
Because we did it on the 10th.
We all have to be here?
Tenth of
We
the
need to, we need to. Would another night work for
Yeah, we
everybody?
can-
Does it
yeah,
have
that-
to be a Monday?
I won't
No.
be the 10th. I'll be in North Carolina.
Okay, so when will you be back?
I'm not coming back till that following Monday.
The 17th?
Mhm.
So what
Oh, no,
about,
I won't even be here on that.
so what about
18th, 19th?
19th, so Wednesday? Does that bother anybody's church night? I don't know, I don't wanna,
I work.
you work on the which day?
Tuesday, Wednesday, but I can.
What about
Work it out.
Thursday, the 20th? Does that look like
Yeah, that's-
Thursday, the 20th?
Mhm.
And maybe it wouldn't hurt, Dan, if you were available?
That night I would not be able to do it. I have a council meeting
Okay.
on that Thursday.
I do agree.
It would be helpful to have him here.
You know, I think usually if you're gonna look at changes to your zoning ordinance, the most beneficial thing to do is have a joint workshop with your P and Z.
Yes.
And we have a lot of those PowerPoints, presentations, and training things that we do the training for ACOG. And I don't know if y'all are members of ACOG. If you are, that training's free to you. And we do all the training at ACOG. So, I mean, we do an introduction to planning. You need to get that scheduled because, I mean, I'm happy to come down here and walk through it with you guys in a workshop. I know it's sometimes hard to get up there, but their training is good. It's usually on Fridays, you know.
During the day?
Yeah, on a Friday during the month, and that's just something to keep in mind as well.
Okay.
But as far as you know, my availability, we have other attorneys that could do it as well. I mean, Habib Khan is really good with zoning matters, but I would be available on that Wednesday that you mentioned, just not on that Thursday.
The 19th.
If I let them know ahead of time, I could possibly, or switch my schedule.
Will you be around the 19th? Or you be
19th of
back then?
February?
Uh-huh.
I'll be here.
One of me should be here.
Does that number ring any bells for y'all? 19th of February, it's a Wednesday night?
Wednesday night better for me, not Thursday.
So 19th.
Okay, so let's set that.
Okay.
Please, the 19th, if you'll come. Here, you wanna write that down?
We're we're still doing like 7 o'clock.
7.
7, yeah, because everybody works, so is that
Yeah,
terrible?
And you wanted jointly with the community?
Joint with P and Z.
You're gonna send us a
Oh,
letter or
yes, oh,
something?
yes.
Is that open to the public or is that something that's not?
Oh, yeah, workshops are open. Yeah. Everything we do is open to the
We
public.
don't know, we just try.
Yeah.
Show up and learn so you're ready when they appoint you.
No, I'm good. No, it'll be posted outside?
Oh, sure,
Okay,
yeah.
just so we know, we'll come.
Is that 7 o'clock, Crystal?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Okay. That's good. So we have our reports now. Tax report. This should be pretty much in at the end of January. Yeah, that's good. Police department.
Good evening, Mayor and Council, Rose. For the month of December 2019, total traffic stops that we conducted were 67, citations issued were 49, and warn-ins were 26. Non-traffic enforcement citations were 1. A total of 50 citations were issued to the Poth Municipal Court for review. Also, we had a call of service of 28, written reports with 24, and DAR information were 4 reports. The second page is going to be Officer Myers' code enforcement animal control report. Got all the December 4th through December 25th, that's what she's done. And on the second or the third page, we have the cases, 24 cases that we have in there.
Did y'all ever find anything about the robbery on FAR, the robberies?
Robberies?
The car.
Oh, the burglaries.
Burglaries?
Burglaries. We're working on it. We got some leads in San Antonio. A few individuals were doing basically a crime spree from Atascosa to Wilson to Bexar County. And these individuals allegedly were breaking into a vehicle in Bexar County, and the homeowner caught them, and shots were exchanged. And they did catch the individuals. So we're thinking that these individuals are the same ones that were doing basically Atascosa, Wilson, and Bexar County. So we got all the information. We just need to contact these individuals and interview them.
Any other questions?
How are we doing on officers search?
We're still working. We've had some candidates, but just reviewing their applications, backgrounds, we feel that we want to get a little bit more and make a better choice. And again, Wilson County, the Sheriff's Office, Sheriff Tackett is great, Chief Diggin is fantastic, so they're covering the calls when we're not here.
All right, thank you, Chief.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, Chief.
Yes, ma'am.
Judge?
New cases, like Chief said, to the court, there were 50 cases filed. Closed citations for the month, there was 47. Total cases and warrants the court collected were 50. If y'all see the revenue there, it's going up some. Other notes is I attended their required judges' judicial education for 2020 in January. Effective, just for y'all's information, effective January 1st, state fees increased $50 per citation. Okay? So how to rework the new courtesy notices, those are given out to the violators by the police department. And Chief, those will be ready by Friday, okay, to give to your police officers. Court office has moved. We've moved 90% of all our things in there, and except we just need some management just to move some boxes, and that's it. So that's it.
Any questions for the judge?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Waterworks report.
For the month of December, we produced 6.7 million gallons of water. This time last year was right at 8 million gallons. You can see there's a little bit of difference, discrepancy. We're down on production. The average per day is 216,000 versus 267 last year. This time maximum is 389,000 per day versus 381. Minimum gallons pumped 65,000 versus 124,000 last year. Total gallons billed is 4.7 million gallons of water. You can see the discrepancy, 2 million gallons of water we've been irrigating at the park and also trying to keep the pond full. So that's where some of that amount of that water was put in. Wastewater plant, we took in like 4.3 million gallons of water, 5.1 this time last year. The average is 141,000 per day versus 167 last year. The maximum per day is 157,000 versus 602,000. A lot of that 602,000 was a lot of infiltration that we had on the rainy season. A lot of difference between now and last year. Minimum is 126,000 per day versus 124. We irrigated a little over 1.8 million gallons of water. Was discharged at the wastewater plant, at the irrigation, 60 hours of pump time. Field 1 is 1.2 million gallons. Field 2 is 0. That's when we put in that new irrigation pivot, which is complete. Field 3 is 539,000 gallons, so 1.8. Pond level is right at 75%. BODs for pond 1 was 82, BODs for 28. The PhD was 8.7, and pond 4 is 9.2.
You said the pivot is in?
Yeah, pivot's almost complete. We're waiting on it right now. It won't go in reverse. They're trying to get some representative down from Zematic, come down and look at it. It's a part, or the relay's missing out of it, and they don't know which one it is. As y'all know, that Snyder Street's complete over there, everything but the seal coat, so they finished all the concrete work for the driveways and the drainage part. We still got an issue down at the bottom for drainage because it's so flat. We're still working on that. Water wells staked out. We're just waiting on more drilling to come in. They're supposed to be in last week, but I guess because of the rain, they kind of got pushed back. So they're trying to finish up.
Do you have any questions for Beth? Okay, thank you, Beth.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, I think we just about covered everything. So we are adjourned. And Warren, just for your information, we started this meeting at 7 o'clock according to that clock.
I didn't hit stop yet.